Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're talking about the New York Giants in today's video. We're talking rookie minicamp specifically, but before we get into it, you have to watch this clip. Brian Daboll is absolutely amped up, fired up about Jackson Dart, just like the rest of us, but this is a new era in New York. This is a new culture. I know fans are excited. I know you guys, kind of want to see it before you believe it, but everything we're seeing and hearing from Jackson Dart, post-draft, pre-draft process, you name it, he looks like your franchise guy. So without further ado, let's look at some tape. All right, guys, here is Jackson Dart, every throw actually from his media availability today, day 2 of rookie minicamp. Folks, I'm really excited about Jackson Dart, and I know Giants fans are starting to also get very excited. I know some of you guys are, a little bit cautious on next season as far as records go, as far as the quarterback room in general. I completely understand it, and I know, guys, I know this is just rookie minicamp, and I know we're seeing Jackson Dart like he's just throwing a football right there, right? These are just random clips from practice for all of the rookies, but when you go back, especially the fit, so we know where you land matters, and Jackson Dart and Brian Daboll make so much sense, it's not even funny. And so the biggest misconception I've seen for Jackson Dart was Ole Miss. So people are like, all right, Lane Kiffin runs a very offensive-friendly quarterback scheme. So he doesn't need to do too much, a lot of RPOs, a lot of moving on his feet, a lot of options, a lot of first reads. It's easy to digest, right, for all these quarterbacks. He makes it easy for QBs. So why would the same thing not apply to the NFL, right? Why would that stop in college? All right, people say Brock Purdy wouldn't be a good quarterback if Kyle Shanahan wasn't his head coach. All right, well, maybe that's true, maybe it's wrong. Kyle Shanahan is his head coach. Sam Darnold wouldn't have had this season with Kevin O'Connell like he did last year if it wasn't Kevin O'Connell. Okay, well, it was, and KOC is a good quarterback guy. He knows what he's doing. He can make it easy for his quarterbacks no matter who it is. So why wouldn't that same philosophy extend to the NFL? So that's the way I see Jackson Dart is, does he have these flaws? Sure, of course, every player, every quarterback especially, is going to have flaws. But he graded above the 89th percentile in 5 of PFF's stable metrics, 94th percentile on early downs, and there's just no way you can tell me a guy who threw, the touchdown interceptions he threw last season, just such a good ratio, less than 10 total interceptions, over 20 total passing touchdowns, having almost a 70% completion percent, playing in the SEC. I just have a hard time people trying to tell me that this isn't going to work out because of whatever the reason is. Oh, well, it's the New York Giants, blah, blah, blah. It's Jackson Dart, it's Ole Miss, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't really matter to me. So I know, like I said, these are just random clips from rookie minicamp, and we'll wait for the pads to come on, and we'll wait for some live scrimmages, and we'll wait for preseason. But everything I'm seeing from Brian Daboll and Jackson Dart and that tandem, I'm liking what I'm seeing, and I know Giants fans are as well. So let's get to a different clip. Right. This is the first pick, the first rookie taken for the New York Giants. Obviously, number 51, Abdul Carter, running some nice little drills here. I don't want to speak too much on Abdul because the dude's a superstar. I mean, it's not even close, and everyone compares him to Micah Parsons from just... I honestly really even like Myles Garrett. I'm not even necessarily talking about, he plays just like Micah, he plays just like Myles Garrett, he plays like TJ. Well, I'm not necessarily talking about comparisons. I'm just saying the way he plays football, the physicality is something that really is obvious. You don't even need to watch a highlight from Abdul Carter. You just need to watch 5 snaps. You just need to see him rushing the passer. You just need to watch, a Penn State defensive game from last season, because that truly is how good he is. 66 quarterback pressures, ranked second in the FBS, and last year was his first time as a full-time edge rusher in 2024. So this, along with Jackson Dart, everybody's going to be keeping an eye on, but, not necessarily the same position, because quarterback's going to be a little bit more important in the grand scheme of things than a linebacker or edge rusher or whatever, but I can't wait for Abdul Carter, and the dude's a superstar, and even just watching him in Giants minicamp practice has me excited about him. So let's go to another rook. Wrap it up here with Cam Skattebo. This is a really interesting running back because he fell really deep. And if you had to ask me where he would have gone in the NFL draft before it happened, I would have said in the second round. And if you had told me a team even crept up into the late first to snag their guy, I would not be shocked in any way, shape, or form. So the value that New York got him at was amazing. And I'm sorry, this is just his media availability, him talking about. Actually, I'll give you his quote. He might be a little bit faster than me, so if you want to call it thunder and lightning, go ahead. And that was when asked about the dynamic of him with Tyrone Tracy. So I wanted to just kind of say, I saw a tweet. I completely agree with that. Sorry, I don't remember who it was, but they were saying that Cam should be or probably will be the third down running back this upcoming season because as good as Tyrone Tracy is, he struggled with pass protection, and Cam is a better catcher and he's a better pass protector. So this was a guy like PFF, for example. This dude was RB number 3. He was number 51 on their overall PFF big board. So like I said, huge value pick at the top of the 4th round. He's got, fine speed. Like he says, Tyrone's faster than him, but he ranked above the 85th percentile in PFF rushing grade in both gap and zone schemes in 2024. He was also the only running back besides Ashton Genty to force more than 100 missed tackles on the ground last season. So I don't know. I think it's some combination of, first off, he's a little bit smaller, but he's big. Obviously, you can just see him right now looking at him. He's a big dude, but he's not the tallest guy, right? But you don't need to be a tall dude to be a running back. I think it maybe was some kind of combination of, I think teams are still a little bit wary and hesitant of running backs, especially in like the first round or maybe even the second round. And guys like Jahmyr Gibbs and Bijan Robinson are changing that narrative. And you see teams who know what they're doing, like Pete Carroll took Genty at pick number 6 because it is worth it. A running back like that is worth it, right? I don't even need to say his name, Saquon Barkley. Sorry, not trying to be rude or anything, but you need a good running back room. And so you saw Jim Harbaugh take Omari and Hampton in the first round. So GMs are started to catch on with running backs, but I don't know if it was a combo of that wariness, maybe because he played for ASU, but ASU just had a phenomenal season, and he was a huge part of that. So I think Cam's a phenomenal running back, and Tracy was, a 5th round pick last season. Theo was a 4th round pick. Like, your GM does a very good job with these value guys. And so Cam, whether he's a 3rd down running back or has to come in for an injury, God forbid, or whatever his role next season is for New York, he'll have a day 1 impact. All right. So the future is very bright for him as well. So that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. We'll be covering the Giants. We've been covering them for a couple of years now. We'll continue to do throughout the entire spring/summer. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know which rookie you're most excited about down below, and we'll see you soon. Peace.